Hey everybody, Jeff Reinhart here, LMP and Lancaster Online. Welcome into the Week 13 edition of the LA League Football Podcast. It's the Huddle, sponsored by Auto House of Lancaster. Football, here we go, still playing, mid-November. It's getting cold out there. 6 games with 7 LL League teams still standing in the District 3 playoffs. This weekend, we have 5 semifinal games and 1 championship game in 3A. I will get to all of them momentarily. At the top, a tip of the cap to 2 longtime Berks County football coaches who retired here in the last week. Jeff Lang at Governor Mifflin. He was in their program for 33 years. Last 7 as head coach. Took over for Mr. Vecchio a couple of years back. A lot of success there in Shillington. Jeff Lang, hanging him up. Congrats to him. Rick Keeley, Berks Catholic. Legend in Berks County. Coached more games than any football coach in the Berks League and now in the LL the last couple of years. Great guy. I'm glad I got to know him especially. He was one of the veteran guys in Berks when they joined the league a couple of years ago. He was sort of a go-to guy early on for me to talk with about his team and the league, etc. So Mr. Keeley also retiring. So Jeff and Rick, congrats both. Enjoy your retirement. They both leave their programs in great shape with a lot of success moving in for the future. Good luck to those guys. Okay, let's talk Week 13. Just 6 games. I'll give you a nugget and a pick. And there's a lot of interesting matchups and a lot of fun stats this week. Oh, my. Okay, first up, 6A. These are the Friday games. These are all semifinals. 6A, Cumberland Valley at Manheim Township. Familiar matchup. Township beat Cumberland Valley back in Week 1, 35-6. Also in Neffsville. Mercy Rule game, Township off and running in Week 1. Streaks also beat CV last year in districts. Little payback. Eagles beat Township last year in Week 1. Streaks returned the favor in the district playoffs last year, 37-31 on a late touchdown pass to Landon Kennel. I'm pretty sure he caught the game winner last year in the playoffs. So familiar matchup. Both teams playing well, obviously, district semifinals. CV beat Wilson last week. Township, no rust, beat York 44-8. Picked up right where they left off from 2 weeks back. Hayden Johnson, 4 touchdowns. Defense was great. Landon Kennel had a touchdown. Declan Clancy went over 1,000 yards rushing. Kennel went over 1,000 yards receiving. And Hayden Johnson's up to 44 touchdowns and no picks. I like Township here. They're the 1 seed. They're at home. They're playing great. And they already beat this team once this year. I know it was 2 months ago when it was 90 degrees. Doesn't matter. I'll take the streaks. Manheim Township over Cumberland Valley. Okay. 5A games. Check these out. Hershey, Cinderella, upstart Hershey, at Ephrata. Of all the brackets, these are the 2 Cinderella teams still left. Hershey's the 8, Ephrata's the 5. How about the Mounts? 11 wins. 1 last week, got the payback against Garden Spot, beat the Spartans to advance. First 11-win season in program history. First section championship in program history. First district appearance since 1987. First district victory ever. And now they're going to a district semifinal, obviously, for the first time ever. Key for this game, Hershey's rushing attack has been really good. Angel Cabrera, 1,800 rushing yards, 27 touchdowns in 2 playoff games. Wins over Exeter, back-to-back finalist in this bracket. And against the 1 seed New Oxford, Cabrera has over 400 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks in the playoffs. Wow. Ephrata needs to bone up on rush D this week and stop the run. But there's no way I'm picking against Ephrata here. I know I picked Garden Spot last week in that rematch. Ephrata is at home. Nothing to lose here. Playing with house money. A home game in the district semis because Hershey knocked out the 1 seed. I know the Trojans are playing great as well, and they got this Cabrera kid. But I'm going Ephrata to go to the championship. Believe it, Ephrata. What a season for the Mounts. Ephrata over Hershey. The other 5A semifinal, familiar matchup, Cocalico at Cedar Cliff over in the West Shore. 2019 district final, Cocalico beat Cedar Cliff 45-7. Big win for Cocalico. These teams know each other a little bit. They played a couple cycles back-to-back non-league games, and I think they were week 1 games to start the season. So their programs are familiar with each other. Cocalico, 10 straight wins. Beat CV last week, 42-10. Fell behind early, but then really punched it into gear. Longenecker rushed for 100. Steppe had 3 touchdowns. Braden Epinette took a kickoff to the house to start the third quarter. Took maybe a quarter, but then Cocalico found its gear and punched it. And here they are trying to defend their title. Cedar Cliff, they only have 1 loss, and it was against Bishop McDevitt, which is not a bad loss. Eric Shriver, 1,200 yards rushing, 18 touchdown runs. So Cocalico is going to have to stop Mr. Shriver. But Cedar Cliff has to stop rampaging Cocalico here with Sam Steppe back at fullback at 100%. And some other kids back healthy. Bryce Nash is back at DB, healthy. I got Cocalico circled. They're the champs. A road game, yes. But they won 4 road games in a row last year to win this bracket, and there just doesn't seem to be any slowing down here with the Eagles. The week off helped. They got healthy. They won big. I think they win again. I'm calling an all-LL District 3 Class 5A championship. I'll go Cocalico over Cedar Cliff. Wow. 2 4A games. First one, another rematch of sorts. LS at Bishop McDevitt. Tyler and I were at LS this week. Talked to a couple kids. Previewed this big matchup here against McDevitt. Number 1 team in the state. Defending state champ. They've won 24 in a row. They're 11-0. Quarterback Stone Saunders, you know the name. He's going to Kentucky. 2,900 passing yards. 50 touchdowns in 11 games. That's pretty good. Against just 2 picks. So we've been marveling about Hayden Johnson's success and even Zach Hahn's success throwing the ball here in Lancaster County this fall. Stone Saunders, 50 touchdowns, 2 picks. That's pretty good. Not bad. McDevitt's just playing great. Rico Scott, he's headed to Alabama, 1,000-yard receiver, 20 touchdown catches. McDevitt can score quickly and in bunches, and they've been terrific. Played 3 really good tune-up non-league games back in August and September. Beat a team from Jersey, beat a team from Baltimore. Rumbled through Mid-Penn, Keystone, and they've been awesome. Won their first playoff game last week, obviously. And McD is doing McD things. So I have the Crusaders circled here. LS, great D, number 2 in the league. They've only given up 99 points. Survived a crazy, wacky double OT game last week against East Pennsboro. Peter Fiorello kicked the go-ahead field goal. Emery Fleur made a big play at the end to get a pick to ice it at the end. LS doing LS things, but too much McDevitt here. I think LS fights the good fight, plays their guts out, leaves it all on the field, etc. But I got to go McDevitt. They're really, really good. So we'll go Crusaders over LS. The other 4A semifinal, wow, all LL affair. Manheim Central Barons at Twin Valley. Wow, what a cool matchup. First time the Barons and the Raiders will play a varsity tackle football game in Elverson, and the winner goes to the final, and we'll play LS or McDevitt. Barons, weird game last week with Susquehanna Township. Central was minus both of their top running backs. So they pretty much went up top. And Zach Hahn was great. Completed over 20 passes, almost 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. Barons survive, Hannah. What was that score? 45-34, something crazy. Aaron Enterline had another big night, couple of touchdown catches. He has 69 catches, 1,400 yards, 24 touchdowns. Wow. He also had a pick 6 last week. So note to TV. Mark Aaron Enterline, number 3. You can't miss him. He's having an unreal year. We'll see if the Barons get either of those running backs back healthy. They're going to need them. Twin Valley, number 1 rushing attack in the league. number one total offense in the league, just about 450 yards a game, 2,000-yard backs, Engel and Johnson. Myers, the QB, has been really good, solid, dual threat kid, doesn't turn the ball over much, smart. Great matchup here. Love the Barons history. Been here, done that. 18 district titles, 23 district championship appearances. I think they make it 24. This one could be fun. Keep an eye on the trenches. Both teams with good O-lines up front. Both teams are going to want to establish the line of scrimmage. I think the Barons might have a couple of too many more weapons, including Mr. Enterline, who's just having a fabulous season. Barons over Raiders. Enjoy that. Get to Elverson. If you're looking for a game just to go, no rooting interest, go to Central at Twin Valley. Don't miss it. Okay, lastly, Saturday afternoon matinee, 1 o'clock, District 3 3A Championship. Wow. The gold trophy will be in the stadium. West Perry at Wyomissing. Again, rematch. Mustangs and Spartans met last year in this game, also at Wyo. Wyo won 63-7. Wow. Wyo coming off a great semifinal last week. They shut out Schuylkill Valley. Held the Panthers to like 67 total yards. So, wow. And had a pick six. So, Wyo feeling it at exactly the right time here for a championship game. They've won 4 of these in a row. As mentioned last year over West Perry. Mustangs are really good. They beat Lancaster Catholic again last week in the semis. Second year in a row. West Perry knocked out Lancaster Catholic in the semifinals. Ian Goodling, heck of a two-way kid, wide out and a DB. Marcus Quaker, the quarterback, 1,200 plus passing yards, 1,000 plus rushing yards, 30 total combined touchdowns that he's accounted for. He's really good. But West Perry's got to find a way to solve Wyo's D. As mentioned, it's sharp right now, and it's number one in the LL League. They leapfrogged LS after holding Schuylkill Valley to 67 yards last week. So, interesting matchup, a rematch. West Perry will have payback on its mind, but Mustangs got to go over there to Wyo on a Saturday afternoon, and that's a tough place to go and win. Gold trophy in the stadium. I think Wyo hoists it and makes it 5 District 3 championships in a row. Impressive. Spartans over Mustangs. Week 13 winners, here they are. Manheim Township, Ephrata, Cocalico, Bishop McDevitt, Manheim Central, and Wyomissing. Should be fun. Friday night, sticking semi-close to home. I'll be in Neffsville. Want to see the Streaks here. They've been unbelievable. And they will host Cumberland Valley, so I will be covering that one. Mike Drago will have coverage of the Wyo game on Saturday. Lancaster Online, all the game stories over the weekend, photo galleries, notebooks. I'll get you stat wraps once everything's done, helmet stickers, and then we'll look ahead to Week 14. We'll see if Wyo has a title, and we'll see which of the teams still standing will play for district championships next week. Okay, out of time. Thank you for tuning in. Much obliged. Stay tuned for a ton of coverage, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.